Solid Hill TDS, J. Leo, Hitchhikers, check. I'ma spit fire and propane. Keep a little baggie of some veggies, your romaine. Zombie ass bitch tryna eat up the whole brain. While this bummy ass nigga still asking for more change. Get your taste buds lit, popping right under your tongue. Lighting up a sharp strain, feel like it's chopping your lungs. Smoke another lead to the head, feeling like Danny Phantom. Got a medicine jar in my car full of zany samples. Running with the fashions when my rations getting low. Get down on the floor, blood races like I'm whipping blow. Shit show for show, I don't know, I just release and go. Can't hear what you're saying, this sweet too loud and you're speaking low. Johnny smoking haze in a blaze like I heat it though. Then I'm let the heater flow and send it to the heat below. Think it's a game, I pick the day before you let him roll. Think I'm insane, but from the start I never had control.
Have you ever danced with the devil in the pale of the moonlight? Have you ever laid with a demon with the flames by your bedside? Smoking the air, sipping on spirits, get the mood right, get the crew hype. Middle fingers to the blue lights, dancing on your grave while I gaze into the moonlight.
Rolling through the city, heart is empty, but I'm feeling frisky, knowing I can make it even though these niggas want it in me. Got some rolling papers and some bitches, yeah, we getting litty, feeling out of place. Fuck it, I got my niggas with me. We on a long road, smoking trees and bagging hoes. Love is faded, I'm jaded, consequences are never told. Running out of character, the real me is getting old. Facing the facade, 50 shades, and I fall below. I'm on some new shit, underworld a new bitch. Your loose lips tangle you up, I guess this news fits. I do this, spitting some fire and meth doom hits. The sun god bringing some light, now watch your mood switch. Hieroglyphs when writing scripts, namaste but conquering. Conjuring some spirits in the valleys where they die and quit. Just a gladiator on a righteous tip, still sharp and steel, but I'm colder than the Arctic gets.
What's good, people? It's your boy, Wild Call Mark, in the building. Unfortunately, I did not go to the corner store today. So instead of being Modelo Mar, as you can see, I'm now Kool-Aid Mar. Yes, that is red Kool-Aid. Yes, I still drink Kool-Aid at 33 years old. I don't care what nobody say. And yes, it is in a mason jar. I've lived half my life in the South. So yes, it's a mason jar. Say what you want. Cheers, y'all. Excuse my slurpers. That red Kool-Aid just hit different. Anyway, fantastic Monday. Glad to be here. Glad to still be alive. Glad to still be kicking. Glad to still breathing in air. I hope you guys are excited to still be alive. Hey, look, it's always a blessing still kicking it on the other side of the ground. Hey, I enjoy my life. All right, let's get all the preliminary stuff out the way. Y'all going over to the website, www.I.O.W.119.com. That's where you get all the information that you guys need. Anything I.O.W. network related, from the I.O.W. sports show that we do Monday and Thursdays with myself and Detroit Mail, or of course, like you're watching with me right now, the I.O.W. sports late night owl edition that comes to you every Monday through Friday at midnight. Look, going over to the website. That's where we got everything. That's where you can find all the information. And of course, go copy yourself some merch. You know, I'm swagged out with the I.O.W. sweatshirt. Mad comfortable. Oh, mad comfortable. It came in handy. It was a little chilly, a little nipply today out in North Kakalaki. So, you know, the sweatshirt came in handy today. I'm telling you, go cop one. Comfortable. You know. So now that we got all that stuff out the way, shout out to my boy 40. Of course, as y'all see scrolling on the bottom of the screen, that is the artist. Him and J. Leo are the artists that have provided me. Well, they didn't provide me. I just took it because he's my nigga. So I'm like, I'm gonna take your song and promote you. So you know, it's self-promotion for my guy. Of course, Silent Hill, J. Leo. The song is Pale Moon Devil Dance. That's my unofficial theme song. So hey, go over there, go holler at his YouTube page. You see it right there, Hitchhikers. Great hip hop from two cats that are doing it underground. Of course, shout out to my guy. He lives in an apartment building with me, Molly the Great. We had him on the I.O.W podcast show today. Great show. He came in and even did a freestyle. Had even dropped some bars for us. He was our first in studio guest, and it was a pleasure having him. So y'all go check him out. Also on YouTube, Molly Mali the Great. So just type that in, he'll pop up. I'm telling you, real cool dude. He's putting down for Raleigh, North Carolina. So hey, North Carolina got some spitters out here. You feel me? But we gonna spit some sports talk today. All right. Look, of course, the tournament, the final game is going on right now. Baylor looks like they're about to put this game to bed with Arkansas. It was pretty much one half of domination, and Arkansas slowly crept in, but then Baylor's just too much. So it looks like they're going to walk away with that victory. Of course, in the other game, Houston pretty much dominated Oregon State, pretty much literally that whole game, and then maybe like the last 7.5 minutes, Oregon State made a nice push, but still too much. Houston, just too much. They make the gap way too huge, and a lot to overcome for Oregon State to get back in the game. Even the women brought it today. The ladies brought the game today as well. Arizona headed to the Final Four in the women's tournament in a real close game with Indiana. Pretty much a 7-point victory right there in that match. But the game that everybody is talking about tonight, you have the Lady Bears of Baylor, number 2 seed in their region, went against the juggernaut of number 1 UConn, a mainstay in women's college basketball tournaments. It ended in controversy, y'all. Great game. Oh, man. I'm telling you, if you are a sports fan and you talking about competitive, just back and forth, you get a bucket and I'm coming right back and get a bucket. Basketball, gritty, downright compelling basketball. If you were not watching the UConn women's versus the Lady Bears of Baylor tournament game tonight, I don't know what you missed out on. One hell of a damn game. Now, this is what I'm talking about. Games like this is what you can market for women's sports. We'll have that conversation another day on what's going on with the women's sports marketability and all that stuff. We'll get deep into the talks on that some other time. But I'm telling you, man, when I say these ladies left it out on the court, man, they left it out on the court. The only problem is it did end in controversy. I hate for it to end this way for such a great game because these ladies were going back and forth. It sucks that there had to be a loser in this game, but of course, hey, either win or you lose. And unfortunately, I do think, and a lot of opinions of social media and of commentators are feeling a little robbed of the ending. So I got the clip. We're going to play it and then we'll discuss it. But I'm telling you, big ups to the Lady Bears of Baylor. Big ups to the Lady Huskies of UConn. Bravo, ladies. Y'all put on one hell of a damn show tonight. Y'all literally probably put on so far, in my opinion, the best game of excuse me, so far any tournament game. I think y'all did that for sure, and looks like it went final. Baylor headed to the Final Four. The men's looked like they went ahead and took care of Arkansas. Waiting for them to post the final score. I got it posted up on the TV. Y'all should see my new setup. Yo, I got my TV with my Chromecast guy. You know, I done got better with my transitions on the live stream. I'm telling you, I'm improving, y'all. I'm trying to get my game right so I can keep providing great content for you guys at the late night tip over here. Waiting for them to post their final score, but Baylor's out celebrating for sure. I know that they won the game, but I'm trying to give you guys a final score right there. 81-72. So Baylor versus Houston on one half of the Final Four bracket, which I actually have that. Baylor versus Houston. So I got, I don't know how I got to that one, but, I got a lot of bad losses in there. I definitely, my other side of the bracket is definitely totally knocked out. As you can see, I'll put that up for y'all one more time. So, as y'all can see right here, in that red line, I'm automatically burnt out. That's Kansas right there under that red line. So, they over there. I also had Texas. I don't know why I had Texas. I thought that they had was in the Big 12 and very competitive, but they laid an egg. They didn't even make it out the first round. So they blew my bracket up for sure. Yeah, I got a lot of red on there. But I was just keeping this for purposes. I don't know. Just to keep looking at how bad I am at picking college basketball. But I did pick Baylor and Houston. So I at least got 50% of the Final Four in there. So, hey, I won't have a winner in that at all, but it is what it is. But again, congrats to the Baylor men's basketball team, and congrats to the Houston men's basketball team making it to the Final Four. But as I promised you guys, I do have the clip of the Baylor and UConn finish. We'll play it and we will discuss it.
Baylor ball, 17 seconds to go. The freshman Andrews with 13 seconds left. Carrington wants it on the block. 8 seconds left. Back to Carrington. 6 seconds left. Carrington on the drive. Carrington forces it up. No! Rebound UConn! And with 4/10 of a second left, Williams is fouled. Carrington. Let's take another look.
On her right elbow.
Absolutely.
But during that official review, I didn't see Baylor go into a huddle to draw up a play.
There absolutely could have been a foul called against Edwards. There was not. And now Williams at the line. Bickle down the floor. Caught by Beckers. And the streak lives. A 13th straight trip to the Final Four for the UConn Huskies. They outlast Baylor 69-67 the final.
Again, great damn game. Great finish. But, man, that's a tough way to go out. I got to play it again because if we're going to discuss this, we need to break this all the way down.
Baylor ball, 17 seconds to go. The freshman Andrews with 13 seconds left. Carrington wants it on the block. 8 seconds left. Back to Carrington. 6 seconds left. Carrington on the drive. Carrington forces it up. No! Rebound UConn! And with 4/10 of a second left, Williams is fouled. Carrington. Let's take another look.
On her right elbow.
Absolutely.
But during that official review, I didn't see Baylor go into a huddle to draw up a play.
There absolutely could have been a foul called against Edwards. There was not, and now Williams at the line. Bickle down the floor, caught by Beckers, and the streak lives. A 13th straight trip to the Final Four for the UConn Huskies. They outlast Baylor 69-67 the final.
Again, wow. I am shocked. Am I missing something? I know my cataracts ain't acting up. I mean, that is the most egregious. You know what? This no call reminds me of the Saints Rams in the NFC game. A clear, blatant foul, but the refs chose to swallow the whistle at a really weird time. Here's the thing about this women's tournament. You know, this is kind of almost the second controversial call in the last few seconds. Of course, last week I can't remember exactly the team, but I know Texas A&M was playing, and the young lady had touched the ball on her side of the court, and her momentum carried her over the midline, which it seemed it was over and back and should have been called. Now, in this situation, this was a clear-cut foul. I mean, Shorty literally went up and literally pretty much damn near hog-tied her around the arms, and for the refs to blow the whistle, I was amazed, in awe. I'm just wow. Tough way to go out by Baylor, knowing that I just don't. I'm confused on why swallow the whistle at that point in time. You know, here's my thing with officiating. I know human error is part of the game, it's part of the element, it's part of sports. But you gotta call blatant shit. Shit that is blatant. You have to call it. I mean, there's no other way to talk about this. Blatant fouls need to be called. Point blank, period. No matter what time of the game it happens. You know, I understand you want to let the players play and let the players determine the game. But man, I think the refs missed this one. I think the refs did a bad job of not calling the game of what their job is supposed to do as in calling the game. They missed that one for sure. So bad break for the Lady Bears. But another Final Four appearance for the Lady Huskies of UConn. And I don't know if you guys caught that, but the announcer said back again. The UConn women's basketball team is in their 13th, yes, I said it, 13th straight Final Four appearance. Wow. You talking about dominance. I've heard of nothing like this, that one university has gone to the Final Four in 13 straight appearances. I mean, that's whether it's men's or women's sports in general, to go to 13 straight Final Four appearances is that's an achievement that probably won't be recreated. That's dominance right there. So I want to speak on this real quick. Now, when everybody brings up dynasties, you know, they bring up the Steel Curtain, Pittsburgh Steelers in the 70s, 49ers of the 80s, Cowboys of the 90s, Patriots of the 2000s. They bring up Yankees dynasties. They bring up Lakers dynasties. They bring up the 90s Bulls. Why don't we talk about what Gino Auriemma is doing with the Lady Bears in UConn? Huh? Are we that oblivious to what the dominance that he has done with the women's program in UConn, or we just not giving them their credit because it's women's basketball? Look, throw all the gender stuff out. You have to applaud the dominance that is taking place with the UConn women's basketball team. So Gino Auriemma has been coaching there since 1985. Didn't see that much success early on, but he kept building that program up. So he has 11 national titles as head coach of the UConn Lady Huskies. 11. He's Bill Russell in it. Wow, that's a great comparison. So you know how Bill Russell doesn't get the quote unquote in the GOAT conversation, but he has the most championships. Why don't we speak of Gino Auriemma as in GOAT coaching? I mean, it takes it. You still have to coach. I mean, we got to give this man his props on what he's done, him and his staff, to be consistent at the top. Do you know how hard it is to be consistently winning, consistently at the top? Not a lot of people are able to do that, you know? So, come on, let's check it out. Got his first title in 1995. Got his second national championship in 2000, 2002 to 2004. Ran on a three-year run. Came back in 2009. So that's 6. 7 is 2010. And then from 2013, 2014, 2015, and 2016, 4 more. 11 national championships. Jeez. My goodness, that's a lot of winning. I don't care whether it's women's sports, men's sports, basketball, football, whatever. That's dominance. That is something that most people wish is to have sustained dominance. And Gino Auriemma has done that time in and time out with UConn women's basketball. I mean, you can literally go off the list of all the WNBA women that have played for Gino Auriemma. You know, up and down the whole list, you'll see a UConn somewhere on every team that played for Gino Auriemma. He's putting ladies through school, getting them to the professional WNBA basketball league. He is literally turning that UConn's women's basketball team into just a juggernaut. Again, with that win, 13 straight Final Four appearances. You cannot beat that. 11 national championships overall for Gino Auriemma. Look, folks, we got to start giving this man his flowers while he's can. You know, if you don't pay attention to women's basketball, then if you don't want to speak on it, then don't. But I love sports, and I have to sit here and give him his props for being dominant on a consistent basis. It's not just one title here, one title there. No, it's 11 titles, 13 straight Final Four appearances. That means damn near every time the year starts and the league year starts for college basketball, guaranteed at the end of that season, Auriemma and the UConn Lady Huskies are going to be in the Final Four. Dominance. So look, we gotta appreciate that, man. You're not gonna see no feet like this in any sports no time soon, at all, at all. Okay. Let's transition to a little NBA talk, just a little bit. You see the hat? I'm a happy man. So my freak out meter has calmed down just a tad bit, at least a tad bit. You know, last week it was on 100 on my freak out mode. Well, I'll say this. I started at 100 when Anthony Davis got hurt. And then when the Lakers went on a 10-game stretch, it was probably more at a 60. And then when LeBron went down and went right back to 100, it might have hit 200. That's how my level of freaked outness was going on with the Lakers and their injuries. So with Andre Drummond now officially part of LA Lakerland, yes, Lord. Thank you, Jesus. He's here. And so my freak out meter is a little bit back to 70, at least 70. And reason why I'm not all the way freaked out is because Anthony Davis possibly be back in two weeks, maybe, possibly. So, you know, that brings me joy. Hopefully they don't rush him back because we all know of the of the fragility of Anthony Davis. So hey, come on, let's not rush him back. But this is what has me geeked about Andre Drummond. The guy's still 27. Say what you want about the Nets. Add in LaMarcus Aldridge. The guy's old, way past his prime. Say what you want about Blake Griffin. And, you know, he's kind of teetering on that, whether he's still beneficial to a team or not. Now, I'm going to be honest. I'm not 100% still all the way saying that he's going to be there. But this is what you get. So the Andre Drummond has been in the league for 10 years, and he's 27. 8 years in Detroit, going into his 10th year this year. You know, started with Cleveland, now part of the Lakers. So, I mean, I'm ecstatic, all right? I am ecstatic. And this is what Andre Drummond brings to your team. He's going to give you 17.5 points. He's going to get you an average 13.5 assists. I mean, you can't beat that. You know, he's going to bring you 1.5 averaging on blocks. So let's call that 2. And he's going to average about, so he's averaging 2 blocks, 2 assists per game. He's averaging, let's round it off to 14 rebounds and 18 points a game. That's what he brings. I'm so giddy for him and AD and LeBron to come together, because now my worry meter can go away and I don't have to keep freaking out and keep talking to you guys about how freaked out I am about the Lakers with these injuries. God, I can't wait. Come on, Anthony Davis, hurry up and get back. Come on, LeBron, get back. But don't rush, because I don't want y'all getting hurt. But with Andre Drummond being in that locker room, being on the floor, 14 rebounds is huge. You can control the clock. You can control possession. You got a rim protector. Even if he doesn't get the block, if he's just there with his arms up, that helps keep guys from wanting to enter the paint, because they know that there's a force waiting for them to stop their shot. So, man, I am, you know, you can say what you want about Andre Drummond, but man, that is a presence that the Lakers need. You know, he's not going to shoot it out on the gym money. I don't need him to. I don't need him to do that at all. You know, he's not a 3-point shooter. I'm okay with that. I am okay with that. But you guys, you can't beat 17.5 points. Man, I love that. I love that. You know, he needs to get his free throw percentage up. Got to get that up. Got to get that improved, Andre Drummond. Because with you being a big man, you know, hey, you become a liability if they hack you all day just to purposely put you on the line. Ask Shaq about that. So, you know, up, you know, improve those numbers. But I mean, take what you got right now on the Lakers roster. You don't lose anything because it wasn't a trade. It was literally a legit claim off of waivers, you know, after his buyout. So you don't lose any continuity with the team that you have right now. All you have to do, pretty much, because I'm you know, and I hate to assume, but I got a feeling that Frank Vogel will pretty much look to get Andre Drummond involved down low on the post early and often in the beginning of the game, and then pretty much. I mean, because let's be honest. I mean, it's not like the Lakers are working with a lot without AD and LeBron. I mean, I didn't call out Kai Kuzma about a week and a half ago, and he still hasn't showed up. He still must not have watched the show and paid attention to what I told him to do. You know, I told his ass to show up, and he's still MIA. He's still on the back of a milk box missing somewhere. I still ain't seen him. Other than that, you're very limited on points right now when it comes to the Lakers. So with Andre Drummond, you're at least going to get you 18 points. You know, his 14 rebounds are going to help you help you keep your opposing teams off the glass, less possessions, especially if you're getting a good amount of offensive rebounds. You know what I'm saying? That's second chance points. So you can't knock what he brings to that team. I mean, yeah, he's averaging 4 offensive rebounds a game. You know, that's potentially could be potentially 12 extra points for your team. You know, at a minimum of 8, maximum of 12 points. Just off of his 4 offensive averaging of 4 offensive rebounds. You know, so I mean, I'm telling you, man, people want to downplay this acquisition for Andre to the Lakers if you want, but I mean the numbers don't lie. That helps your team. Point blank period. That helps your team. I'm not so sure about the Nets with adding LaMarcus Aldridge and Blake Griffin. You know, it is what it is. You know, but you add pieces like that just because. Let's be honest. I mean, when you go get James Harden in the trade, you lose a lot. So, which brings me up to my next point. You know, a lot of people, I've been seeing it on social media, even sportscasters are, oh, I'm sick of the Nets, another super team, blah, 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 blah. And I had a thought process about the whole situation that I spoke about on the day stream of the I.O.W. Sports. But I also was listening to Colin Cowherd, which normally I kind of take his shit as with a grain of salt. I really do. Because sometimes I feel like he's on point with some shit, and sometimes I feel like he's totally off base. But he kind of shared some of my sentiments on his show today. Shout out to Colin Cowherd. And that beautiful, beautiful, beautiful Joy Taylor. Oh Lord. Anyway, I don't get why people get upset with the so-called, I guess, construction of a super team. And Colin Cowherd kind of put it like this, and this is relatable to everybody. So say you're one of the best employees at your job, right? And you work with the same many people. They're on the same level as you. You are responsible for getting a task done. If you are the only one that's pretty much doing the work, but everybody gets the glory, how much fun is that? How much fun is that? So as an employee, and then your employer hires other people that do the same job, but they have the same capabilities and level as you. So then now that you're still stuck in the same group production atmosphere where you have to get a task done as a group, and now you got pieces in that group that are capable just as good as you, you're not doing all the work. You're not taking all that pressure. You're not having to deal with all the questions and this and why from your employer. Now you have people to help you. I don't see an issue with that. What say what you want, but what is the problem with a franchise wanting to get better? I just don't understand why people dislike that. Say it takes a competitive, okay, cool. But at the end of the day, whether you're a super team or not, you still have to play. You still have to win the games. There's no guarantee that the Nets or the Lakers are going to win the championship. Does it make their odds a lot better? Of course. But who isn't in the business of having the odds in their favor? Answer me that. What person doesn't like odds in their favor? Because I like odds in my favor. I like odds that are in my favor to say that I have the opportunity to improve something, to have something that I want to progress. I like odds in my favor. So somebody help explain this to me, why people have in such an uproar about people making super teams, quote unquote. All they're doing is taking pieces to add to their team that they think can help them get better. I'm confused on that thought process of people that think that, that's not fun, blah, blah, blah. Come on. What team in the NBA shouldn't want to get better? What team in the NFL shouldn't want to get better? What team in the Major League Baseball shouldn't want to get better? What team in the National Hockey League shouldn't want to get better? What team in any college sports shouldn't want to get better? What team in Europe playing soccer, playing cricket, playing whatever doesn't want to get better? What team doesn't swim and say, let's add better swimmers for our team so we can win more swim meets? What team doesn't say, let's get better gymnastic participants on our gymnastics team that can do a better backflip, that can work the balance beam? I mean, am I confused on why people hate quote unquote constructions of a super team? I don't get that. Why would you not want odds in your favor? If I'm playing the lottery, I'm going to play the numbers that are more likely to get picked by the machine, so the odds are in my favor, so I can be a rich bastard and I can do whatever the fuck I want. Who doesn't want odds in their favor? I'm confused on that. I mean, because at the end of the day, Brooklyn Nets still have to strap their shoes on, still have to go play basketball, still got to put the ball in the hoop, still got to play defense, still got to rebound, still got to assist, still got to block shots, still got to steal, still got to do all the same requirements it takes to win a championship, just like the other 29 teams in the NBA. All they doing is just improving their odds to be the one at the end of the season holding up the Larry O'Brien trophy. What is the issue with that? Call it weak move, call it a cop-out, call it whatever. You still have to play the game. And just because you have a team full of people that have been numerous all-stars doesn't equal championships. It doesn't. Talent can only take you so far in any realm of life. You know what I'm saying? You know, the supermodel who's fine as hell and only been good at servicing, that's all she good for. She ain't gonna make a good wife because there's gonna be a lot of qualities missing. I don't care how fine she is, if she's only good at servicing, can't boil water, can't wash a dish, can't clean a table, can't mow a lawn, can't watch a kid, can't do wifely duties. But if all she good is for servicing, that marriage ain't gonna last. If you are a cook and the only thing you can do is peel potatoes, good luck having a career. All you can do is make salads. You might have a career in a long time of being a pantry chef, but you're not progressing. You're not going nowhere. Look, you have to be able to still be the best. No matter what. It don't matter if you look, the Nets still gotta go play ball. They still gotta go win. They still gotta win the East. They still gotta go win the championship. So look, people, everybody calm down. It's okay with wanting to improve things and improve your odds for yourself. It's okay. All right? Y'all calm down. My goodness. Whew. All right, ranting over. I love UFC, Ultimate Fighting Championship. MMA has literally blown boxing out of the water. Not even close. It's hard to even compare boxing with MMA. It used to be the other way around, but not anymore. It's all about MMA right now. And this past weekend had a big fight. Francis Ngannou, the Cameroonian, who has a 16-3 record. I gotta admit, at times I thought Francis wasn't going to, have a real prolonged career in the UFC. Had a couple of bad losses, couple of bad showings, but I don't know. I didn't know. I was kind of teetering, and then his first fight was Stipe Miocic. It looked like Francis didn't belong in that ring, but man, this past weekend, a lot has changed. So shout out to Francis Ngannou. Matter of fact, I got a clip for you. Check it out.
Francis the Predator Ngannou! Stipe Miocic! Francis the Predator Ngannou.
Francis. That boy let them hands go, didn't he, y'all? Boy. And he dominated that fight. Dominated. From when the first bell ring from the first round till when he dropped his ass. Francis dominated that match. Man, shout out to him. Like I said, man, I at times I was worried. I didn't know if he had that in him. But man, big ups to him for showing up and alleviating his demons from the last fight with Stipe Miocic. After the fight, of course, he had his comments. It's been speculated John Jones was going to do a super fight with either the heavyweight champ or with the middleweight champ, which was at that time Israel Adesanya, but he has since lost, so that fight is probably still off. I would, if I'm John Jones, I would steer clear of Francis. Don't get me wrong, John Jones, unbelievable talent at MMA, but I don't think he's ever seen power like Francis. Well, first of all, just being a different weight class, there's a different element of power. All right. You talking about Francis? He about 6'4", 6'5", pushing 270. Solid. He's the man's chiseled. And don't get me wrong, John Jones. He's a little slender. He usually fights MMA at 205, so the light heavyweight. But when you're talking about fighting heavyweight, you're talking about a different beast. If John Jones really thinks he can handle him, I mean, possibly. John Jones is a very, very technical mixed martial artist. He can hit you at all kinds of freaky angles that I've seen most MMA fighters can't replicate. So that could be a nice little element of surprise, a different plot twist for him to try to manage. I mean, who do you find that can mimic John Jones in a training facility? Good luck. So, I'm not going to sit here and say that Francis would totally squash John Jones. That's not what I'm saying. But what I just saw, because Stipe Miocic is a very technical heavyweight. So for Francis to come back and pretty much forget about how he just didn't look, he belonged in that octagon with Stipe Miocic the first time. That was a total different match, that one. And so, if John Jones still wants that smoke with Francis, I mean, I'll pay to see it. I'll be glad to watch that fight. And I'm a big John Jones fan. I just wish John Jones was a fan of himself as his fans are, and he stopped getting into trouble. That's another conversation for another show. But here or there, congratulations again to Francis Ngannou, new heavyweight champion of the UFC. We'll see how long he's able to hold on to that reign. Crazy thing about MMA, you don't see. You never know when you'll see a title change. People go on their runs from here and there, being at the top of the hill. But crazy thing again, there's a lot of good fighters out there in MMA. So we'll see what happens with Francis from the future. Can't wait to see his first title defense and against who. So I'm excited about that. Quick little NFL notes. Of course, the big trade last Friday. With the 49ers moving up to the third pick, it's presumed they're going to get a quarterback. Come on, they're going to get a quarterback. Just at this point, who obviously we know Trevor Lawrence isn't making it to the third pick. It's reported that they want Wilson out of BYU. I think the Jets might snag him, depending. We'll see what happens. Still got almost about 30 plus days to the draft. Draft April 29th, so we'll see what happens with that. So a lot of still stuff, different moving pieces on that quarterback carousel. One quarterback that we know might not even play for sure, Deshaun Watson. This case gets crazier and crazier by the day. Here's the update on Deshaun Watson.
And stay with KPRC2 for continuing coverage of the Derek Chauvin trial from the start to the very end of the trial. We will have complete coverage around the clock on clicktohouston.com.
Now to breaking details on a developing story we've been following for weeks. 19. That is the number of lawsuits now filed against Texans quarterback Deshaun Watson.
KPRC2's Brittany Jeffers is joining us live from NRG Park with the 3 that were filed just this morning. Brittany?
Yeah, that's right. So far this morning, 3 new filings showed up on the district clerk's website, and all 3 of those civil lawsuits allege that Watson exposed himself and touched these massage therapists with his genitals during these arranged massage therapy sessions. Texans quarterback Deshaun Watson facing 3 more civil lawsuits, bringing the total now to 19. In the most recent filings, 2 of the plaintiffs claim they agreed to massage Watson on more than one occasion. Court documents show that one of the plaintiffs said she was a massage therapy student at the time of the incident. And when Watson reached out over Instagram, he allegedly told her, quote, "I even had an NDA I have therapists signed too." Documents show the massages took place at the plaintiff's mother's home on 2 separate occasions. The woman alleges Watson exposed himself and purposely touched her with his genitals. In a second filing, the plaintiff says she agreed to massage Watson at his home. The document saying, quote, "By the end of the 3rd session, the plaintiff concluded that Watson wanted sex. After the session, plaintiff told Watson she was firing him as a client." In a 3rd filing, the plaintiff claims that during a massage in October, Watson urged her to, quote, "go further," and said, "Don't worry, no one's going to know." Now, something else to note, the NFL opened up an investigation into Watson's conduct last week. Reporting live, I'm Brittany Jeffers, KPRC 2 News.
Brittany, thank you.
That doesn't look good for Deshaun. And then, of course, reported as Sports Illustrated report, there was a anonymous woman that was said that she had an encounter with Deshaun as well, but she's not part of the civil suit. So, from the beginning, I've always said this doesn't. It does smell fishy, just because of the timing of all this, and I'm still sticking with that. It does sound fishy. But in that report, it says the plaintiff met with Deshaun multiple times, at least 3 times. So if he's so egregious and so being so indecent with the exposing of himself, but you went back for other appointments, I'm confused on that. Are you saying you was touched by his genitals? But I mean, my thing is like if someone is so uncomfortable with their client, especially in this massage therapy area, there's rules and regulations need to be covered up. Okay, so why not stop what you're doing and say, look, bro, you got to cover yourself up, or I can't continue. Or if you keep being fishy and funny, like, I can't continue on with this. I'm seeing no reports of this that they told Deshaun to, hey man, nah, we ain't, or them themselves were like, nah, bro, I'm not with you. My thing is, you can leave the room. You can leave. You can't. I don't want to sit here and say, oh well, just because his status, I felt like, no. If you feel that his behavior is so wrong, end it. If you think his behavior is so egregious, don't continue. Don't go back for 2 sessions or 3rd session. I'm confused by that. I'm not a woman and I haven't been in that kind of situation. And so I'm only speaking as a person where if I'm in an uncomfortable situation, I know when to exit myself. Am I wrong? Am I crazy to think that if you are in a situation you feel uncomfortable, and especially with you being at your job, you can say no, as in, and you can walk away. And I'm not saying that, you know, look, when you got these many accusations, now civil suits up to 19, still no criminal charges filed. That's for me, that's what I'm still having a hard problem grasping. Is if his behavior is so egregious, so wrong, where are the criminal charges? You know, and plus it's already been reported that Tony Busby allegedly have so much damaging evidence to file a criminal suit, but not one has been filed. And now today they're saying it's not about the money. We just want an apology for him, for the people in the massage industry. But it's not about money. Then how does the first suit come up with a 6-figure settlement? This is what confuses me. But you know, I'm not judge, I'm not jury, and I'm damn sure not executioner. But this whole situation does no favor for Deshaun. There's no settling, at least what it looks like. There's been reports that apparently he's erasing DMs on Instagram saying that, blase, and trying to settle. I'm not sure the validity of that, but still, no criminal charges, no nothing. Weird situation, all in all, in the end. But hey, I'm not just, like I said, I'm not just jury or executioner, but this I'm just waiting for the story to be over, and hopefully Deshaun can get his life back. But it looks tough to come back to what he seems normalcy. But But hey, I'll say this, for you to be put up in so many civil suits, maybe there's an issue with him as well. But again, crazy scenario in that whole situation. But anyway, coming up on the end of the hour, it's been real fun chatting it up with you guys again. Again, it's been a blessing to still be alive, to talk sports with you guys. We are going to take you guys out on another track from Silent Hill, and then I will see you guys, God willing, tomorrow. Talk some more sports. It's been real. Love somebody, hug somebody. Peace. Silent Hill TDS. Hitchhikers. Let's go. Yo. Pick and roll with the bowl, whoa, watch the smoke unload. Let my soul sink into the flow, feel the flames below. Ready to go, light another pack, watch the blunt corrode. Let it go, release to the beast, about to take control. Overload, burn another shrub to keep my mind sedated. Elevated, felt elated from withdrawal but never faded. Alcohol, pumping out my system in need of patience. Point, blatant, do it in reverse until the points taken. Put it in work to muscles jerk, and my joints aching, numbers don't lie, but I think these niggas point shaving. I am on another high, you can only taste the fragrance floating on the stroke. Bodies below, twisted, agitated. Hand me another gram, watch me break down and light this bitch. Explosive tendencies, watch me spark and ignite this shit. Put the game in a chokehold with a tightened grip. Niggas inciting shit, hoes peeping, they bite their lips. Cold hearted bastard, give a hot bitch an icy kiss. Take a buzz to another level, then heighten it. My karma is Dalai Lama, the smoke for enlightenment. Nigga drag me to hell with all the hounds and Leviathans. Reach for a pack of gobs, cause I'm about to smoke a quick. Pussy poppin' and percolate, I just want the smoke circulate. Losers will spectate and the haters will speculate, but I'm too busy taking all this vapor straight to the face. Damn. Shit. Shit pretty good. Hey, man, you got a light? Fuck that, how much behind it? Check.
and roll with the bowl, whoa, watch the smoking low. Let my soul sink into the flow, feel the flames below, ready to go, light another pack, watch the blood corrode, let it go, reach to the beat, about to take control, pick and roll with the bowl, whoa, watch the smoking low, let my soul sink into the flow, feel the flames below, ready to go, light another pack, watch the blood corrode, let it go, reach to the beat, about to take control.